Hello and welcome back to Brentford Fan TV. I'm Ben and
I'm Freddie, and today we are looking at all the Brentford players on international duty in the Euros and Copa America so far. First up, Strakosha. Strakosha has played every game for Albania, and
yeah,
he had one good game in particular. What do you think?
it's good to see him actually playing because he doesn't really play much for us
Yeah,
because Flecken's our starting keeper.
Mm.
But yeah, he's had one
Against
really good
Croatia,
game against Croatia and 8.1 match rating according to FootMob.
and he got 8 saves that game. And I think,
Nice.
let me check the stats. He faced 2.92 xG, so he had a pretty good game that day. And I remember
Yeah.
that was either the earlier kickoff or the day before. Thomas Frank was on the BBC, and I saw people saying online, these pundits need to ask Thomas Frank about Strakosha after he just had a great game, but he played no minutes for us all season. But
Yeah.
I'd say I'm happy for Strakosha. He did reasonably well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Albania didn't make it through because they're
Yeah.
a really tough group with Spain, Croatia, and Italy in the same group.
Yeah, but yeah, so and it also looks like Strakosha will leave us this summer. But that's all there really is for Strakosha and Albania. Next up, Mark Flecken for the Netherlands. 0 minutes.
Yeah.
He's the backup keeper. I think it's a bit harsh because the starters, Verbruggen of Brighton, I wouldn't say Verbruggen's much better than Flecken, so I think it was pretty close.
Yeah,
But not much to say.
Yeah, not too much. Next, we technically not got a Brentford player, but he's technically on loan with us. Only recently, Arsenal have accepted the deal to sign permanently, so we're still going to talk about him though.
Yeah, David Raya. He's only played one game for Spain. Technically, kind of a Brentford player still. We haven't sold him yet. It is happening though.
Yeah.
Maybe he will be sold by the time the video comes out. But he had one game for Spain. Their last game in the group. They'd already won the group.
Yeah.
I think he actually did make one mistake in that game, but not too. We're not going to talk about Raya too much. He's not really a Brentford player anymore. The next player, Zanka, 0 minutes.
Yeah, he was brought in last minute as a backup.
Yeah.
So one of their players was injured.
I think he's one of those players that everyone gets along with. I think the Danish fans like him a lot. And so he's just a good player to have in the building, but he's never really going to play at all for Denmark.
Next, we've got another Danish player, Norgard. So far, he's had no starts, but he's come off the bench in a couple, particularly like England game.
Yeah, he hasn't had many minutes at all. I think he had 6 minutes in his first game, 7 minutes against England. And then against Germany, I think he got 21 minutes, but it was unfortunate. Just before he was about to come on, Denmark conceded, and it was 2-0, and the game was out of sight by that point for Denmark. So it's a shame that Norgard didn't get more time to play.
Yeah, he should have.
But whenever he did play, I watched the games, and he's calm on the ball. He settles things down, and I think he deserved maybe a bit more game time for Denmark, but he didn't get it.
He did, however, get a yellow card within minutes of coming on against England.
Yeah.
But still.
Next up, Mikael Damsgaard. Another player with not many minutes. He only came on for about 15 minutes or half an hour against England.
Yeah.
And in that time, I think he had a volley, and I think it was a simple save for Pickford, but he did have a volley, and it would have been poetic if his last goal was against England, and then his next goal was against England. Although he was unlucky against Sheffield United, his goal was, disallowed.
Yeah. And we got the final Danish player, Jensen, who's had no minutes and won't get any more as Denmark are out now.
I think he deserves a bit better. I think he actually is a really good player as well. And so he could have helped Denmark, but it's their loss for not playing him at all. Next up, Ivan Toney. We are going to do another video talking about England versus Slovenia, where Ivan Toney played a big role in that win. But we'll just briefly say here that no minutes in the group stages. He came on with about 1 minute left of the game in the England game the other day. Thankfully, England did get the equaliser, and he played a big role in getting the win.
Yeah. And then moving over to Copa America, we got Ethan Pinnock, who's been playing for Jamaica.
Yeah. Pinnock's played every game, I think, for Jamaica. But Jamaica did come bottom of their Copa America group with 0 wins, only 1 goal, and so not a great tournament for Pinnock, but it's always good to see Brentford players on international duty representing us. This next part is filmed after the end of the Euros, and so we're in different clothes. And so the first game, England vs Switzerland, that was a pretty intense game, of course. Saka got the equaliser. It wasn't a great performance, that game, But obviously we got the win on penalties, and the main talking point for us is Ivan Toney's penalty. Tell me about it.
To be honest, I was expecting him to score it, having seen him take loads and score them. But it's just what made it special was to look down at the keeper.
I mean,
not looking at the ball.
He's done the technique for the last 4 years, and so we've known about the technique. We weren't surprised at all, but I found it interesting that so many people didn't know about the technique, and it was such a big thing because so many people didn't know about it. Like, obviously there was that Sky Sports thing, that thing where it was like no look darts, no look connect four, the no look reading. Yeah. And so I thought that was his first opportunity that game. Actually no, sorry, it's his second opportunity. He played in the Slovakia game, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was kind of thinking Ivan Toney's next chance to ruin Brentford almost, and like put a bad light on us by missing a penalty. But yeah, I was really nervous for it, but thankful we won.
Yeah. In the next game, this one didn't involve a current Brentford player, but in the Netherlands-England game, Konsa used to play for us, started, and then near the end of the game, tell me what happened, Freddie.
I'll tell you. Ollie Watkins, of course, came on. Not the best relationship with Brentford, you could say, anymore, but yeah, Watkins came on, he got the last-minute winner, and he really deserved it.
He did, yeah.
Played 10 times better than Kane in the time he was on the pitch. And even though Tony didn't play, it was cool because 2 former Brentford players helped us get that win. And of course, Flecken was playing for Netherlands, was on the bench for Netherlands against us, but he didn't have any impact on the game. And there was another game where, I mean, at this point we're thinking it's coming home. Of course it didn't. And then moving on to the final, England versus Spain. I think, Tony came on with about 6 minutes to go. And we had run out of luck by that point. I think we were hoping for the same thing as the Slovakia game with the last minute equaliser. But Tony couldn't help us that time. And it didn't quite get over the line, unfortunately. But it was quite cool because David Raya won the Euros with Spain.
Although Arsenal had officially signed him by then.
Yeah. If Arsenal waited 1 week to sign him, it would have been a Brentford player winning the Euros, which would have been quite cool, I guess, but unfortunately that didn't happen. I mean, I'd have rather England won anyway, but I'm still happy for Raya. It's one of my favourite players of all time, to be honest.
Yeah, but one of the best goalkeepers we had at Brentford.
Yeah, but overall I really enjoyed the Euros. I thought some great games, especially with the, not the big teams, but and there were so many magical moments for England as well. We rode our luck all the way to the final, but didn't quite win.
Yeah, we got to the final in those moments.
I would say it didn't hurt as much as the Italy one. I felt like Italy one hurt so badly, but this one, I'll be honest, a minute after we lost, I was over it. Because I think I learnt to do that this last season with Brentford because we lost so many games. I just learnt to stop caring when you lose.
I like the day after, I wasn't even annoyed. I was happy because I got Spain in my family sweepstakes, so I got this 3D printed trophy.
Yeah, thank you for watching. I'm sure whenever there's the World Cup, we'd also bring World Cup content, but this batch of Brentford content. Thank you for watching.